The glamorous illusion of country music royalty has just shattered on live television. Keith Urban is currently experiencing a total career meltdown, and the receipts prove he has absolutely no one to blame but himself. At the 2026 ACM Awards, the public witnessed a devastated 58-year-old man completely unraveling in real time. He arrived on the red carpet looking completely disheveled, wearing a mismatched blazer and frantic, clashing jewelry that screamed midlife crisis. The truth is finally out, and this erratic public appearance confirms the bitter aftermath of his divorce from Hollywood superstar Nicole Kidman. For 19 years, their marriage was called the gold standard of show business. But behind closed doors, a toxic web of deceit was already tearing the family apart. Nicole Kidman has walked away from the wreckage, entirely vindicated. Meanwhile, Keith Urban is trapped in a downward spiral that is destroying his reputation and his family. The official court records show that the fairy tale ended abruptly in September 2025 when the couple separated. By January 2026, the high-profile divorce was finalized, and the legal documents prove that Urban was completely stripped of his primary status. He went from commanding stadium stages to stumbling through high-profile events while the entire industry watches in shock. This is no longer just internet gossip. The contract details and financial filings prove that Urban's post-marriage reality is an absolute nightmare. Backstage hallways became a tense scene as celebrities at the awards show actively avoided him throughout the night. Urban displayed frantic energy on the red carpet during a desperate attempt to look like a rock star who still has control. But here's the thing. The cameras capture the exact moment his composure failed completely. Bloodshot eyes and visibly shaking hands gave him away as he tried to answer standard press questions. And the result was he could not even keep his story straight regarding his upcoming tour schedule. A highly aggressive contrast has emerged between the two exes over the past few weeks. High-profile events saw Nicole Kidman looking utterly radiant, detached, and completely at peace, while Urban looked like a man who had not slept in days. Financial and emotional bankruptcy is his current reality following the fallout from the January divorce settlement. Legal teams representing Nicole Kidman did not show a single ounce of mercy during the closed-door negotiations, bringing a massive stack of hard evidence to the table that left Urban with absolutely zero leverage. The division of their massive property portfolio proves who won the war. Nicole retained the primary estate, which meant Urban was forced to pack his bags and move into a temporary rental property. Financial forensic teams tracked every single dollar spent during the final year of their marriage, and those records show that Urban's income streams from his music catalog are now heavily compromised due to the alimony agreements. Staying on the road is his only option just to maintain his current lifestyle, but his psychological state is making it impossible to perform at his usual level. What nobody expected was how far back the roots of this spectacular downfall actually go. April 2025 marked a fatal mistake on stage during what should have been a standard concert stop. Urban chose to alter the lyrics of one of his biggest love songs, which had originally been dedicated entirely to Nicole, and that changed when the altered lyrics offered an explicit nod to a much younger woman. High-definition video captured by fans in the front row went straight to Nicole's legal team, triggering an intense, multi-month private investigation. Top-tier forensic digital investigators were hired by Nicole to look into Urban's behavior on the road, discovering undeniable data instead of mere rumors. A young, rising guitarist named Maggie Baugh became the heavy focus of the investigation. Urban had been publicly mentoring her, but the behind-the-scenes reality was far more sinister, and this is where it gets worse. Constant, late-night communication that had absolutely nothing to do with music production filled the digital trail. Email servers and exact text messages show that Urban was living a double life for months while Nicole was working on movie sets across the globe. Confronted with the hard data in September 2025, Urban reportedly tried to claim it was a professional misunderstanding, but the logs do not lie. A complete breach of marital trust was proven by the frequency of the messages and the explicit locations shared between Urban and Baugh. Nicole did not hesitate for a single second, filing for immediate separation and locking him out of their primary residence within 24 hours. Maggie Baugh's camp has tried to remain completely silent as the backlash grows, but the industry has already made its decision. Brand deals that were lined up for Urban's upcoming summer tour began pulling out one by one because marketing executives do not want their products associated with a cheating scandal that destroyed a 19-year marriage. Millions of dollars represent the estimated financial loss from these canceled sponsorships, but the monetary damage is nothing compared to the complete destruction of Urban's family dynamic. The war has now moved directly into his own household, and his children are making their positions explicitly clear. Sunday, Rose delivered the most devastating blow to Urban's ego. Emerging reports confirm that Sunday Rose has completely snubbed and unfollowed her father across every single social media platform. A public unfollow from your own child is the ultimate confirmation of family alienation in the world of modern celebrity. Sunday, Rose witnessed the pain her mother went through during the secret investigation, and she has chosen her side, refusing to be associated with her father's midlife crisis behavior or his desperate attempts to rewrite history. The situation grew even more toxic as intense love child speculation began flooding the industry. A series of anonymous legal demands were made against Urban's estate regarding paternity testing from an undisclosed relationship during his touring years. While these claims remain a subject of intense legal scrutiny, the mere existence of the filings was enough to shatter any remaining relationship he had with his daughters. Sunday Rose's total social media blackout regarding her father proved that the family bond is completely dead. Urban is now entirely isolated from the people who once anchored his life. Total evidence of his crisis shows up in every single public sighting of a 58-year-old musician trying to salvage his legacy while privately crumbling. He is a man running out of time and running out of friends. The true nature of the custody agreement has also come to light, and it is a total defeat for the country singer. Court documents show that Nicole Kidman was granted primary custody of their minor children, with Urban receiving extremely limited visitation rights. The judge took into account his hectic touring schedule and his increasingly unstable public behavior. He is legally banned from bringing any unapproved guests around the children during his designated hours. This specific clause in the custody agreement was a direct shot at his ongoing association with younger women in the music industry. Urban's legal team tried to fight the restriction, but Nicole's lawyers presented witness statements from former tour staff who documented Urban's erratic behavior behind the scenes. The truth was impossible to hide from the court. The fallout is now actively destroying his live performances as well. Venue managers for his upcoming concert dates have leaked information regarding his bizarre backstage demands. He has reportedly ordered entire dressing rooms to be cleared out of any reminders of his past life. His staff is forced to work under extreme stress because Urban's temper has become completely unpredictable. A recent soundcheck turned chaotic when he reportedly threw a vintage guitar across the stage after a minor audio issue. Crew members are speaking out, confirming that he is a shell of his former self. He is hyper-focused on the media coverage surrounding his divorce, constantly checking his phone between songs to see what Nicole is doing. While he is trapped in this obsessive loop, his ticket sales are plummeting to historic lows. Longtime country music fans are refusing to buy VIP packages to see a man who destroyed his own family. They're showing their loyalty to Nicole by completely boycotting his merchandise. The industry backlash has extended to country music radio stations as well. Program directors are quietly removing his older love tracks from their daily rotations because the listeners find them completely hypocritical now. Every single love song he ever wrote for Nicole now serves as a painful reminder of his betrayal. The receipts show that his streaming numbers have dropped by over 30% since the January divorce announcement. His entire financial empire was built on the image of a devoted family man, and now that the image is gone, the empire is collapsing. The truth is finally out, and the public has zero sympathy for his self-inflicted misery. Urban is currently trying to spin the narrative by planning a series of tell-all media interviews. He wants the world to believe he is a broken-hearted victim of a Hollywood legal machine. But his close associates know that this strategy will backfire completely. Nicole Kidman's legal team has already issued a stern warning regarding the non-disclosure agreements embedded in their divorce settlement. Massive financial penalties that could completely bankrupt him await Urban if he utters a single defamatory word about Nicole, or tries to blame her for the family breakdown. He is effectively muzzled by his own past actions. The final nail in the coffin is the reality that Nicole Kidman has already moved on to a brighter, happier chapter. She is surrounded by her loyal daughters. Her career is hitting new peaks, and she has the total respect of the entire entertainment industry. She did not need to wage a public war because the hard evidence did the work for her. Keith Urban is left standing alone on red carpets, wearing jewelry that cannot hide his desperation and singing songs that no one wants to hear anymore. He is the sole architect of his own destruction, and his painful midlife crisis is being broadcasted to millions. The cost of his lies has officially come due, and he will spend the rest of his career paying the price for destroying the best thing he ever had. The financial forensic audit completed just last week reveals that Urban has lost access to the primary joint accounts that once funded his lavish lifestyle. Every single business manager in Nashville is talking about the strict budget caps placed on his production team for the upcoming winter leg of his tour. His private jet hours have been drastically reduced, forcing him to fly commercial for the first time in over 15 years. The contract details reveal that Nicole's legal team secured a massive percentage of his future publishing royalties as part of the asset division. This means that every time one of his classic hits plays on the radio, a significant portion of that check goes directly to his ex-wife's estate. Nashville songwriters who used to line up to collaborate with Urban are suddenly unavailable because the inner circle of the country music community has completely turned its back on him. Studio executives are quietly shifting their resources to younger, less controversial artists who do not bring a mountain of negative press to the table. Recent festival lineups showed a man completely abandoned by his peers in the backstage areas, and the problem was former friends were visibly crossing the corridor to avoid being photographed with him. Syncing metrics across his digital platforms have forced his management team to hold multiple emergency meetings. An absolute collapse in engagement has hit the key demographic of married women over 35, who historically made up 80% of his ticket buyers. These fans are actively posting videos destroying his physical albums and deleting his playlists in solidarity with Nicole. The public narrative is entirely out of his control, and every attempt to fix it only makes him look more desperate. The red carpet incident at the ACM Awards was just the tip of the iceberg. Security logs from the venue confirmed that Urban had a major verbal altercation with a production assistant just 20 minutes before he walked out in front of the flashes. He was screaming about the placement of his dressing room, which was located 3 floors below the main stage, an obvious demotion from his usual headliner status. The staff members noted that he appeared completely disconnected from reality, muttering to himself and checking his reflection constantly. His wardrobe choice was not an accident, it was the result of a total psychological collapse. Urban's longtime stylist reportedly quit the morning of the show after he refused to wear the custom-tailored suit that had been prepared for him. Instead, he pulled a wrinkled, mismatched jacket from his luggage and threw on random pieces of heavy silver jewelry in a frantic attempt to reinvent his image. Fashion critics widely mocked the resulting look, describing it as a tragic attempt to look 30 years younger. The viral mockery has deeply wounded his massive ego, leading to even more erratic behavior. Behind closed doors, new filings indicate that Urban is attempting to contest the custody arrangement as the legal battle over his remaining assets continues. His lawyers are arguing that the limited visitation hours are hurting his ability to maintain a relationship with his youngest daughter. However, Nicole's legal team is ready to counter with a mountain of fresh evidence, a detailed log of every single time Urban missed a scheduled phone call or canceled a visit due to his erratic lifestyle has been compiled by her representation. Court documents show that he has failed to provide a stable residential address as he continues to hop between different luxury hotels and short-term rentals. The judge has already indicated that no changes will be made to the custody agreement until Urban can prove he has established a permanent, stable home environment. This requirement has placed him in a massive financial bind as the current real estate market in Nashville is incredibly tight for high security properties. A massive financial risk now shadows his career because his financial advisors have warned him that purchasing a new estate right now could completely deplete his cash reserves. He is trapped in a vicious cycle where he needs to tour to make money, but the tour itself is hurting his pocket due to falling ticket numbers. Smaller amphitheaters have quietly replaced several stadium dates to avoid the embarrassment of empty seats. The stage production has been scaled back significantly, losing the expensive laser displays and giant LED screens that characterized his previous tours. Opening night in Ohio left fans noting that the performance felt rushed and lacked the high energy that Urban was known for. He forgot the words to his opening song twice, forcing the backing band to loop the intro until he recovered. Stress and lack of sleep have caused his vocal range to deteriorate significantly, which means industry insiders who observed him during rehearsals reported a severe physical toll. He is struggling to hit the high notes in his signature ballads, relying heavily on the backing vocalist to cover his mistakes. Physical endurance is also failing him, as he was seen leaning heavily on his microphone stand throughout the second half of the set. An exhausted, broken man has replaced the energetic showman who used to run across the stage for 2 hours straight. Constant public humiliation tracks him because of the contrast with Nicole's flourishing life. Europe hosted Nicole recently for a high-profile film festival where she was spotted looking stunning in a custom gown and surrounded by a circle of elite Hollywood creators. 3 major film contracts have been secured by her in the last month alone, solidifying her status as one of the most powerful women in the industry, and the result was the international press hailed her return to the spotlight as a masterclass in post-divorce grace. Her financial portfolio has seen a massive boost, entirely independent of the divorce settlement. Press tours see her completely washing her hands of the drama, refusing to answer a single question about Urban. Her complete silence is the ultimate power move, leaving Urban to drown in the noise of his own making. Digital forensics from the initial investigation continued to leak into the legal sphere, causing further damage to his reputation. A new batch of recovered emails shows that Urban was using company funds from his touring entity to pay for luxury travel arrangements for Maggie Baugh. This discovery has triggered an internal audit by his business partners, who are now demanding that he repay the misappropriated funds. The financial liability could force him to liquidate some of his personal instrument collection, which includes rare vintage guitars worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The loss of these prized possessions would be a devastating blow to his identity as a serious musician. Ongoing negative press and the volatile nature of his public appearances have forced board members to vote unanimously to postpone a Lifetime Achievement Award at an upcoming country music ceremony. Plans for the honor have been indefinitely shelved because they do not want their organization associated with a scandal that has alienated so many core fans. A cold, brief email from the Academy president informed Urban of the decision, adding another layer of rejection to his current reality. Talent cannot save you when you destroy the trust of the people who put you on the pedestal, and that's a lesson he is realizing too late. A virtual ghost town is all that remains of his social media platforms after his team turned off the comment sections to block the wave of criticism. Promoting his new music effectively has become impossible due to the lack of direct communication with his audience. Opening week saw his latest single fail to chart in the top 40, an unprecedented failure for an artist of his stature. Radio programmers have made it clear that they will not risk their ratings by playing a track that triggers an immediate negative reaction from their listeners. Isolation defines him now as he remains locked out of his home, abandoned by his children, and rejected by the industry he dedicated his life to. The public breakdown at the 2026 ACM Awards was not an isolated incident, it was the inevitable conclusion of a year built on deceit and desperation. Keith Urban thought he could play by his own rules and hide behind his celebrity status, but the hard evidence brought him down. Nicole Kidman stands completely vindicated, a symbol of resilience and dignity. In the face of total betrayal, Urban is left to wander the backstage hallways of second-tier venues, a 58-year-old reminder of what happens when a superstar loses his grip on reality. The midlife crisis look, the frantic jewelry, and the disheveled appearance are the outer markings of a man who knows his time at the top is completely over. He will spend the coming years fighting legal battles he cannot win and singing songs that only remind the world of his massive failure. The cost of his deception has officially destroyed his empire, leaving him with nothing but the bitter fallout of his own choices.